If you're having trouble shedding like that last 10 or 15 pounds, you want to be adding detox, you want to be adding liver support to facilitate shedding that last, bit of fat that you have, that no matter what you do, it won't go away. So it's not that your metabolism is failing. It's not that you're getting older. There's a lot of different reasons, and toxins is a huge contributor to resistant weight loss. How are you? I'm Wendy Myers. Thank you so much for joining today. We have a really good broadcast for you. We're going to be talking about top signs that you need a liver detox. And within that framework, we're going to be talking about the 5 superfoods to cleanse your liver naturally. We're going to talk about the 10 signs that you're overlooking. There are signs of a toxic liver. And why a toxic liver is so commonly missed at the doctor's office. I know a lot of people go to their doctor presenting with symptoms. Maybe the doctor does a routine test for liver enzymes and why that is not adequate and what to do instead. And we'll talk about how often you need to do liver cleansing. What does a liver cleanse look like? And also my top 15 favorite detox smoothie recipes. We'll talk about that also. And I love talking about the liver because that's one of the main organs for detoxification, and so important to take care of your liver. But a lot of people aren't aware of the signs that their liver isn't functioning so well. So I'll tell you what signs to look for. So if you're experiencing 3 or more of the following things, you might be, want to be put on alert that you need to be caring for your liver a bit more. So 1 is itchy skin, random anger, bouts of anger, frequent anger is a common sign of liver toxicity, brown liver spots on your hands and on your body, swollen legs or ankles or edema. If you have swollen ankles frequently or it's very pronounced, it's a sign your liver is not working so well. Yellowed eyes or skin, that's a sign of a more severe liver issue, but it does happen. Gas or bloating, that's very common. Mysterious pain, recent weight gain, low energy, overly red palms, if your palms of your hands are red all the time, difficulty concentrating or brain fog, poor sleep or night waking at 3 a.m. very consistently, always feeling tired, premature wrinkles, dry eyes and mouth, man boobs is one of the signs as well. So like I mentioned, if you have 3 or more of these symptoms, chances are your liver needs a little bit of a helping hand. I mean, I personally think that most people need to be supporting their liver with supplements, with foods, with maybe coffee enemas or other detox protocols to support their liver function, because our liver has a very difficult job, and we've got dozens of heavy metals and thousands, there's up to 100,000 chemicals in our environment, and our liver has to touch all of those things. It has to, the body's going to send all that stuff to the liver to help break it down and neutralize it, and the liver has over 500 different processes, including breaking down all of the bad industrial seed oils we eat, and bad fats and good fats and cholesterol and all of our sugar. And so it repairs the body. All the cholesterol the liver makes repairs our body. And so just a lot of stress and pressure on our livers today. That's why liver is one of my favorite subjects to talk about. And so let's talk about why a toxic liver so commonly gets missed at the doctor's office. So number 1, the doctor will test for elevated liver enzymes, or some enzymes that are too low. And so these, unfortunately, are, the doctor does a basic liver enzyme test. And this is a very basic screening tool that's an indirect window into various aspects of your liver's functioning. So it doesn't tell you, this test does not tell you if your liver has good detox ability or is detoxing well. It's just the liver enzyme test, which I'll get into in a second. It's just a very basic screening tool. And so also by the time you have elevated liver enzymes, that's a sign of significant liver damage or liver disease. So we don't want to wait to get a bad test at the doctors for liver enzymes before we're doing anything to support our liver. You don't want to wait until you have bad tests. You don't want to wait until you have a diagnosis. You want to take care of your body before to prevent a diagnosis or liver damage or other health issue. So I can't stress that enough. So for me, I kind of pretend like, say, I try to pretend like I do have a diagnosis and act accordingly. So that's kind of what drives me to take such good care of myself, because I don't want to wait until I get a diagnosis. I encourage people to be proactive in their health, not reactive in their health. So let's talk about the fact that your doctor and most functional medical practitioners do not have a test that shows how well you're detoxing. So I used to do one with my clients at the lab in Australia, but they stopped making the test. It's very, very frustrating. So what you want to be testing for liver detoxability is glutathione, glucuronidation, and how well a substance passes through your liver. Usually what's used is caffeine or paracetamol. And those kind of tests, the paracetamol or caffeine tests, not allowed in the United States. No idea why, but it seems like a pretty benign substance. Everyone's guzzling down every day. But the rate at which you will process or metabolize caffeine is this one sign of how well your liver is detoxing toxic substances like caffeine. So those of you super sensitive to caffeine, you may have a genetic issue with that, but also a poor functioning liver as well. And so, so here's what the doctor's tests indicate. Okay, so if you have any of these enzyme levels that are elevated, you already have significant damage to the liver or liver disease. So we don't want to wait till these enzymes are elevated before we think about caring for our liver. So in general, elevated liver enzymes may indicate inflammation or damage to cells in the liver. And inflamed or injured liver cells leak higher than normal amounts of certain chemicals, including liver enzymes, into the bloodstream, which can result in elevated liver enzymes on blood tests. So one of the tests is bilirubin, which can indicate liver disease or damage or certain types of anemia if bilirubin is elevated. If it's super high, you can have jaundice. Albumin is a protein made by the liver. Low albumin levels indicate a problem with your liver or kidneys. Then there's GGT enzyme. Higher than normal levels may indicate liver or bile duct damage. ALP can be used to evaluate the bile duct system of the liver. And liver disease is one of the most common reasons for higher than normal levels of ALT. And very high levels of ALT, like 10 times more than normal, are usually indicative of acute hepatitis or a viral infection. But like I said, none of these tell you how well your liver is detoxing. And so one way to care for your liver is to eat foods that aid in detoxification. So let's talk about my top 5 foods to help liver detox. So the top 5 foods to help liver detox are broccoli sprouts, garlic, onions, egg yolks, strangely enough, and ginger. So I'll tell you why. So number 1, broccoli sprouts are rich in a compound called sulforaphane. That's a compound in broccoli that contains sulfur, which is a key ingredient that promotes the elimination of toxins from the liver. And this amazing compound has over 600 studies that prove they defeat a variety of age and toxicity-related health issues. And broccoli sprouts also contain really powerful antioxidants, and your body's master antioxidant, glutathione, which supports both phases of liver detox, phase 1 and 2. And sprouts can even have 10 to 100 times the detox power of just broccoli. I mean, you know, broccoli is healthy for you, but broccoli sprouts are 10 to 100 times healthier than broccoli. So they really pack a nutritional and detox punch. And then there's garlic. So garlic is really rich in allicin and selenium, two potent nutrients that help to cleanse and nourish your blood and body. And garlic is also loaded with sulfur, which activates liver enzymes that help flush toxins out of the body. And the selenium in garlic is really key for detox. It's needed to make glutathione, the body's master antioxidant. And selenium is also an essential micronutrient that has been shown to help boost the natural antioxidant enzymes in your liver as well. And selenium needed for thyroid function too. And then there's onions. Onions are also rich in allicin that helps flush the liver and your digestive tract of unwanted chemicals and toxins. And onions are also rich in sulfur and many compounds that aid detox. And regular onion consumption is even helpful in the treatment of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which millions of Americans have. It's a very insidious thing that, you know, for a long time goes unchecked or undiagnosed for millions of people. So it's a good thing to have checked if your doctor, especially if you're overweight or don't feel well generally, or have a fairly bad diet or lifestyle habits. Good to get checked for non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and help your liver out. Ginger, also another great compound that contains antioxidants and anti-inflammatory molecules that aid in liver detox. And it cleanses the body by stimulating digestion, stimulating circulation and sweating. And its digestive actions can help serve to cleanse the body of, you know, waste and toxins in the colon, liver, and other organs. And ginger is also very powerful for liver support, and it's been shown to help relieve some symptoms of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease as well. And I love juicing ginger, and then I'll add that to things that I'm drinking. Like I'll add it to carrot juice, and I'll just drink a shot of it by itself, and use ginger in a lot of different foods that I'm making. If I make a stir fry or I make a bone broth, I'll add some ginger to it. So I just try to add ginger as much as I can. And then a surprising top detox food is egg yolks. And so why is that? Seems like a strange food for detox. So the reason is because egg yolks are rich in choline. And a lot of people genetically have issues with choline, and they have to add choline to their diet and be very cognizant of actively adding this to their diet on a regular basis. And so choline is essential for liver function, brain development, your nervous system, and metabolism. And it's needed for fat transport and metabolism. So it's essential for making a substance required for removing cholesterol from your liver. So inadequate choline may result in fat and cholesterol buildup in your liver. And broccoli sprouts are another great source of choline. So choline is something that's super important. I recommend people eat egg yolks runny. And so that's going to preserve all of the amazing nutrients in the yolk, including choline in the yolk. So you're best off not cooking the yolk, or if you do a hard-boiled egg, make sure it's like a soft-boiled egg so the yolk is still somewhat uncooked. And I love making eggs, either poached eggs or doing eggs over easy so the yolk is still runny. That's the best way to eat the egg yolks. And yeah, so that's the top 5 foods for detox that you can try to incorporate into your diet as much as you can. And, I love it when clients are eating tons of garlic, tons of onions, and all the food that they're making. I eat broccoli sprouts every single day. I grow my own sprouts. I actually grow garlic and onion sprouts also, and add those to my diet in various ways. You can put them in wraps and put them in tacos and put them in salads, and lots of really delicious ways to incorporate these foods and their sprouts into your diet as well. So let's talk about liver cleansing. So how often do you need to do a liver cleanse, and why liver cleansing is something you must do regularly on a regular basis. So I won't bore you with the stats on all the toxins we're exposed to. You know that, and you know it's getting worse no matter how clean your lifestyle is. And the reason that active liver cleansing is so essential is that many toxins that we take in are fat soluble. So these fat soluble toxins get into the fat cells in our body and are having to be processed by the liver and then transported into fat cells. And so for fatty toxins to be eliminated from the body, they must first be converted into water-soluble waste products by the liver. And once they're water soluble, these toxins can be eliminated from the body in watery fluids such as bile, sweat, saliva, and urine. Toxins that are fat soluble can also be excreted in the sebaceous glands, in the sweat glands as well. And that's done really well in an infrared sauna as well. But in phase 2 liver detox, where the phase in the liver where the liver is trying to attach toxins to glutathione or vitamin C or lipoic acid, there's different mechanisms. Some of them are attached to fat molecules. Some of them are fat soluble. Some of these toxins, some are water soluble. It just depends. But we want to make sure we're supporting the liver to be able to break down these toxins and then excrete them from the body. So the big problem comes when your liver is not able to perform this detoxification of these fatty toxins efficiently, because these toxins will be deposited into fatty tissue and adipose cells or fat cells in the body. And so for a lot of people that have trouble losing weight or that have resistant weight loss, is because your fat cells are acting as a storage receptacle. They're acting as a trash bin for toxins. And it's a protective mechanism for your body to not allow you to release this weight, because there is a reason the body is holding on to this fat. And so it's a protective mechanism. So while it's frustrating for you and for me as well, their body is very, very innately intelligent. And so if you're having trouble shedding like that last 10 or 15 pounds, you want to be adding detox, you want to be adding liver support to facilitate shedding that last bit of fat that you have, that no matter what you do, it won't go away. So it's not that your metabolism is failing. It's not that you're getting older. There's a lot of different reasons, and toxins is a huge contributor to resistant weight loss. And so also, if you have a fatty liver, fat soluble toxins will be deposited inside the fatty liver cells, making your liver more toxic. And there they stagnate and further compromise the processes of your body's liver cells. And the fatty toxins will also be drawn to other fatty areas of the body, such as the brain, the hormonal glands, the fat deposits in the buttocks and the abdomen and your thighs. And it's this vicious cycle that leads to more and more toxicity and weight gain. And it keeps going. So no matter how good your diet and lifestyle habits, if your liver is not functioning well, if it needs support, you're going to have issues with weight gain and building up of toxins, because your liver is backed up. Your liver is like the bottleneck. And if it's overwhelmed, it's going to be this vicious cycle. It's going to be kind of stuck in this vicious cycle where you can't detox as effectively as you could be detoxing. So a congested liver also speeds up the aging process, because all these toxins in our body cause oxidative stress, aging of the skin, and other problems, uses up your energy where your body is trying to deal with this stuff. And a congested liver is also more likely to give you brown liver spots on your face and wrinkles, especially underneath your eyes, or dark circles underneath your eyes as well. So with sluggish liver function, you not only get early signs of aging and weight gain, your digestion is also compromised because your liver is tasked with making bile to digest fats, with making digestive enzymes, signaling, sending enzymes to the small intestine for digestion, for breaking down fat, for breaking down sugars, etc. So this leads to reduced nutrient absorption and low production of key antioxidants like glutathione. And if you're not producing enough glutathione, for example, you will not be detoxifying adequately. You might be able to break down the toxins your liver encounters, but not take it out of your body in phase 2 liver detox without glutathione. So this cycle keeps getting worse and worse. And so for all these reasons and above, I wanted to create a really simple 15-day detox and liver cleanse guide because I keep getting a lot of requests for this. And so finally I created this liver and detox guide that's free. So check this out. So it is free with a purchase of my daily detox supplement. You can get my free 15-day liver cleanse guide when you get a bottle of daily detox. And we have a really good deal for 2 and 3 bottles. So you can save up to 34% off if you get 3 bottles of the daily detox. But this tastes absolutely delicious. I formulated it with, it's about 8% fermented broccoli sprouts. And so for a lot of people, they don't really want to grow broccoli sprouts or don't have access to them, but it's one of the #1 detox foods that people need to be eating on a daily basis. So if you aren't able to grow them like I do, or you don't have them at your local grocery store, or they're not fresh, if you do have them but they're not fresh, you can take my daily detox supplement, and it has tons of ingredients for liver support and other things in it. So that's why I created it, to support everyone's livers that desperately need support in our toxic world. Back to my talk about liver cleansing. So I want to tell you what I'm doing for a liver cleanse. And so I created this little guide for you to do what I'm doing, what I've kind of developed over the years is what works really well. And one of the problems I found with most liver cleanses is that they either do too little, where people just take some milk thistle, they take 1 supplement for their liver. And milk thistle is great, but alone it's not going to do the job that most people are hoping to accomplish with giving their liver support. It's not enough, or they're too harsh, or it's just too much. Like drink a gallon of olive oil and lemon juice, or it takes a week. Like a full-blown, properly done liver cleanse, like the Andrea Moritz, takes a whole week of taking certain foods and then fasting for a whole day, and then doing lots of enemas and coffee enemas to help the liver process the liver cleanse through. And it can be a little bit too much for a lot of people, and it can also be dangerous or problematic for some people, where they get gallstones stuck in their gallbladder, their bile ducts. So they have to be really careful with some of the more hardcore liver cleanses out there, even though they're great for a lot of people. So the optimum approach is somewhere in the middle, and exactly what I outlined for you in the pages of my 15-day detox and liver cleanse guide. So in this guide, it's this guide right here. And I'm just so proud of it. We spent a lot of time on this 15-day daily detox and liver cleanse guide. So it gives you a proven daily plan and routine for each of the 15 days. There's no guesswork in this. There's an in-depth list of healthy liver-approved foods. I named 5 of them, but there's a bunch of other foods like asparagus and some other ones that are really helpful to support your liver. And there's also a list of the best and worst foods for your liver health. So you want to avoid these toxic offenders. There's a whole list of foods you absolutely want to avoid if you're doing this liver cleanse. And just in general, they're good to avoid. And there's also things to remove from your routine, home, or diet while cleansing, some like hidden toxic sources in the guide as well. And there's also the right exercises to assist your lymph and skin in elimination, which helps your liver as well. Plus my favorite detox upgrades to make this process even more powerful. And there's an approved foods shopping list as well. So there's an approved foods list to eat while you're doing this 15-day daily detox, and lots of really good info and tips about your liver and liver function as well. And this is really everything that you need to detox your liver without crazy fasting, without harsh cleansing, and without extreme changes to your diet. It's just very simple to follow. And then so I want you to join me and my entire community in cleaning out your liver and looking and feeling amazing. So that's my goal. I want to look and feel amazing. So when you get the daily detox, you also get my 15 smoothie recipes as well. So it's my daily detox 15 smoothie recipes to do during the whole 15-day cleanse as well. And so there's some delicious smoothies in here that I know that you'll love. I've been making smoothies forever, so I wanted to put my favorite ones in here, from citrus ones to one with nut milks to ones that have like chocolate and nut butters in them. So lots and lots of delicious recipes for everyone. Cleansing and detoxing are boosted when you have more energy. And so one of the best ways to give your body more energy is by incorporating delicious blended smoothies into your diet, because they're pre-digested. A lot of the you don't really have to chew them so much, because you've blended them up in the blender, releasing a lot of the nutrients and the cell walls of the food. So they're easier to digest. And this also enables you to get tons of key detox nutrients, feel full and satisfied, and feel energized all day while you detox. And so this free guide for daily detoxers features some of my favorite, most delicious cleansing smoothie recipes. They're super fast, affordable, easy to make, and support your liver and body during this, powerfully transformative process during this 15-day cleanse. So you can check that out now to learn more about daily detox and getting this free e-guide. So thanks for tuning in every week. And again, if you guys want to do my 15-day daily detox and liver cleanse, join me and get your 1 or 2 or 3 jars of daily detox to do the liver cleanse. You have all the instructions right here that you need. And so when you buy the daily detox, you'll get this guide free, and you'll also get my smoothie detox recipes for free, my favorite 15 smoothie recipes, and instructions on how to take the daily detox as well. So again, thanks for joining me, guys, and I will talk to you next week.
The Myers Detox Podcast is created and hosted by Wendy Myers. This podcast is for information purposes only. Statements and views expressed on this podcast are not medical advice. This podcast, including Wendy Myers and the producers, disclaim responsibility for any possible adverse effects from the use of information contained herein. Opinions of guests are their own, and this podcast does not endorse or accept responsibility for statements made by guests. This podcast does not make any representations or warranties about guest qualifications or credibility. Individuals on this podcast may have direct or indirect financial interest in products or services referred to herein. If you think you have a medical problem, consult a licensed physician.